I'll keep this close. Windblade! I'll keep this close.
Look up there! That's the Jade Chamber! This is bad. Since this is the right place, it must have something. Yes, this must. Aw, if that wind current was stronger, we'd be able to reach the top. Huh? Why? Or... Oh, Paimon! All right, let's follow your plan. Then we can... Oh, hang on a moment. Look down there. Looks like we've gotten close to the Guizhong Ballista. Why don't we shoot you up to the Jade Chamber using the ballista? No. Paimon may have just forgotten to think about the safety measures. Oh, that's right. Now that you mention it, we could use the Guizhong Ballista.
Is this an answer from this world? Windblade!
Halt! Who trespasses on these hallowed grounds?
Exactly. What are you talking about? We're invited guests. What makes you think you can treat us like this? No. Wait. Maybe this was Ningguang's plan all along. She pretended to invite us to the Jade Chamber, but... now Paimon's mad!
What? We're just on guard duty. What do you mean, shameless?
What nonsense! Seize these suspicious intruders!
Well, here they come! Line them up and knock them down!
Windblade!
To arms! Take the target alive!
Disappear!
Who goes there? Attack!
Windblade!
Bested.
Stop! What's all this about?
Lady Keqing, These two strange people suddenly appeared. They seem to have designs on the Guizhong ballista.
Who are you calling strange?
You want to go?
We're invited guests here to look for the Liyue.
Well, as it happens, I am one of the Liyue Qixing.
Who?
I'm Kuching, the Yuheng of the Qixing. I know of you, traveler. You're...
Wow. Paimon didn't think we'd meet some super rich big shot out here in the middle of nowhere.
The Guizhong ballista in Tianheng Pass has long been in disrepair. And yet, these Millilith are just here to guard the scene, not to arrest anyone.
So this was all a misunderstanding? Paimon never would have thought.
Anyway, for a mortal to be able to repair an Adepti mechanism is...
That was... Huh? Oh, right. So, Lady Yuheng, might you have any idea why Lady Tianquan...
Just call me Kuching. I'd say that Ningguang's purpose is to request that the savior of monsters...
We're not taking sides. We spoke with the Adepti. They want to protect Liyue as what...
When you say protect, you're referring to their sanctimonious arrogance, aren't you?
Huh?
You are mortals, and thus under their protection. There was no way they would have Naturally, they would also regard Ningguang's locking down the area, questioning the citizenry, and pursuit of the assassin to be pointless work. I'll say it like it is. They're underestimating us.
Well, you've got a point there. Still, this is the first time
Should I respect the shallow sense of time and condescension to mortals that has caused them to delay in moving against... Forget it. I shouldn't speak of them this way. Either way, I will admit that the actions of the Adepti this time were quite restrained. Rex Lapis's death is indeed an extraordinary circumstance. But to think that they would call for a council of Adepti, how surprisingly civilized of them. Well, for Ningguang, she would talk anything and everything out if she could. But I doubt we can do that here. The time of the Adepti has long passed. If even the Liyue Qixing don't want to face that...
Another super bold statement.
I'll stop here. Honestly, you should both be off to the Jade. The cream of Liyue's mercantile crop also...
Favor? But... Wait, that's right. Greeting gifts are a staple of Liyue's culture. We need to get one. Not to curry favor or anything.
All right. You can decide on your greeting gift yourselves. Let me tell you how to get to the Jade Chain. You didn't actually have to come to Mount Tianheng. Go back to Liyue Harbor. Fine? Well then. May we meet again, traveler.
Well, that Yuheng may not respect the gods, but Paimon... So, what should we give to Ningguang when we see her? Oh, right! Paimon dreamed of... Paimon has a feeling that it would be perfect. Why don't we go with that for a gift? With a certain boom shakalaka. Let's go gather ingredients. delicious. That's the one.
Yeah.
Huh? Is it just Paimon? Huh? Did you hear that? It seemed like it came from... Uh-oh. It looks like the treasure...
Terra Smash!
You're open.
To dust!
The hunter becomes... You're open.
Terra Smash!
Thank you.
Aw, it was nothing.
I understand. Don't worry. I will come. Don't say that. I'm Mung Dan. I never expected that those. Is there anything that you lack? Antiques, treasure, various knickknacks, you name it.
Wait a moment. Actually, we are...
Oh?
Do you have a box that can...
Of course we do. Now just give me a moment, and I'll let the.
Great! Paimon sugar...
Uncle Mung already told me about many of the best goods in our Here, this can...
Yep. Hang on a moment.
Sure, please help you.
Traveler, this clay pot looks really awesome. If we use an antique as our... It's done!
Oh, yes. You might want to use these...
Woohoo! It looks beautiful! Great! Now that we... According to Kuching... Excuse me, do you sell them...
Yes. How many would you like?
It's not convenient to speak of number...
Ah, well said. Please.
Yep.
And yet the code they used was...
I've been waiting for you, returnee from Joyun Karst.
It's Ningguang! Since this is our first meeting...
Oh, for me.
Oh...
I'm glad you like it too. This palace floats in the skies, higher than the peak of any mountain. From this vantage, I have been gathering the funds necessary to build it from the time I began learning the merchant's craft. At first, it was but the size of one room. One day, I believe it will open not many from outside. As such, I have been.
What?
And I finally got wind of you.
Wait!
Everyone at Wangshi. At the Guizhong.
You weren't peeking on us.
I fear that our eyes and ears are more than sufficient. You two are very interesting people, after all. It would be not. Well, I wouldn't expect you to trust us, considering that you have had far more interactions with the Adepti. I believe that you've heard of the Archon War. Many gods used to walk this. In the end, you can see Goyun Stone Forest. Beneath the spears lie those cast down. Not only is it true that gods may die, but so too has the membership of the Seven changed over the last 2 millennia. Another Lord of Geo will arise sooner or later. Yet, how are we to forget Rex Lapis? Even in a new era, the Liyue Qixing remain Rex Lapis's former subjects. Do you really think us capable of having played a part in his demise? That day at Yujing Terrace, it was also very sudden. But our enemy has long lain hidden within the harbor. Hiding the Exuvio was a necessary maneuver to take the initiative back.
Who's this enemy you're talking about?
What do you think, Traveler?
Huh? What are you two talking about?
Well answered. The scenery out here is fine indeed, but the wind is a little strong.
Wowee! What a huge hall! Paimon's never seen such a fancy place before.
Be at ease, you two. Make yourselves at home if you wish.
Can we really?
I have invited you two here as friends. And when friends come over to play, our enjoyment comes first. Not.
Ooh! Isn't this that legendary wall?
Why, you've kept your ear to the ground, I see.
That's because even the storytellers are talking about it. Everyone's after a piece of paper from that wall. It's super famous.
That's because that wall records Leo's secrets. Merchants have always been attracted to secrets. But the secrets of the mercantile world are of no interest to you, are they, Traveler? You're rather special, really. And if possible, I'd like to have your trust. But if you were to choose the more trustworthy person between myself and Kuching... You'd pick Kuching? Nah, I had a feeling. I originally thought her a bit too hard-headed. With someone of her character on the Qixing, I've had some extra messes to clean up behind the scenes. But after she said those words, the time of the Adepti has long passed. If even the Liyue Qixing don't want to face that truth, then what future is there for Liyue? Well, I must say that quite a few of my doubts have been dispelled. I won't deny that Rex Lapis's passing seems advantageous to us. But for Liua's sake, we cannot allow ourselves to be shackled by rumor. Indeed. It seems that you understood what I meant to say from the very beginning. I called for the gag order and for the exuvia to be hidden to temporarily stabilize the situation, and also to prevent something similar to the incident in Mondstadt. With Rex Lapis's death, the Fatui have busied themselves with many clandestine actions beyond their diplomatic remit. As the Tianquan, one responsible for Liua, I cannot be too concerned with appearances when opposing them. Allowing the rite of parting to take place was also meant to buy some time for us to take control of Liua's administration.
It's exactly as Zhongli said. The Qixing only provided the venue for the rite so they could use us for their own ends. Wait, that's right. Speaking of ends, could I say one other thing?
Of course.
Paimon's heard that anyone who sends a greeting gift gets a little something in return. So, does that include us?
It's all right. I like direct people. Well, we have made quite a bit of trouble for you recently. How about this? You can pick any one object here as you please, and you may take it with you.
Yay! Paimon was just waiting for you to say that! Let's see, what should we get? One of the sheets on that wall! Don't look at Paimon like that! One of these sheets of paper... Just imagine. Let's grab one! The biggest one!
So, have you made your choice? You don't have to confirm it with me. Just choose one and take it. Afterwards, why not sit down for a while in the Jade Chamber? Or, come now. There's no need to stand on ceremony. So, you don't have to... Afterwards, why not sit down? All right, then.
Huh? Well, that was an easy search. The biggest sheet... La 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 la. Let's see what's written on it. Huh? There's a place marked with a circle on here. Sigil of permission, somethings... Aw, that doesn't sound like treasure at all. This piece of paper shows that a Qixing spy discovered traces of classified Fatui research on the Sigil of Permission. Oh, Ningguang did say that the Fatui have been up to all kinds of mischief, but research on the Sigil of Permission? Paimon wonders what they're up to. Speaking of which, there's also some connection between you and the Sigil of Permission. Seems there's still more for... Oh, you really think? Well... Should we not go then? Oh, so you're saying that it's precisely because we can't completely trust Ningguang? That's way out of Paimon's league. Paimon thinks she's been nothing but good to us. Anyway, we'll see if you're onto something. Before we look for Zhongli at Dihua Marsh, let's go to the place marked out on these papers and see if...
This gives good market insight.
Freshness preserved. Chill to the bone.
Terra Smash!
This quickly!
Now you're not going anywhere.
Let's not waste time.
Terra Smash!
Frozen food. Frozen descent. Chill to the bone.
Terra Smash!
Let's end this quickly!
To dust!
Frozen.
Quick time!
Terra Smash!
Let's end this quickly!
Terra Smash!
Almost.
Terra Smash!
I guess this is it. Let's move.
Quake!
Shouldn't get careless.
Terra Smash!
Cook this through. Harden up. Use this first. What an annoyance.
What?
That seemed to work. This is trouble. Finally, some quiet.
There are so many talismans here. Paimon's seen this pattern before. Oh, Paimon knows. It looks... But how did a relic of the adept... Oh, that's right. Talismans like that were once used in... Maybe the Fatui are copying the sigil of being able to channel divine power in battle? And the plot thickens. Alright, that's enough sticking around here. The last stop on our rite of parting preparations. Let's go, Paimon.
Right on time. I myself only arrived moment. Did you enjoy your visit to the Jade Chamber?
It was so big and pretty and expensive.
Indeed. It's second to none in all of Liyue. Then you met with Ningguang, I trust? What did you talk about with her?
She's super rich and so generous. Yeah, his take on Ningguang is quite different from Paimon's. He thinks that even the tactless Yuheng is more trustworthy than her.
Oh, so you also met with Keqing then?
She said the time of the Adepti has long passed.
No respect for the divine. Indeed, contrary to the ever-bold Keqing, Ningguang is more of a businesswoman at heart. Although she's friendly, there's no way of clearly discerning her true intentions. Yes, she has only relied on herself to rise to her current position. It's said that she's the one behind the constant expansion of the Jade Chamber.
The Jade Chamber is only second. What's the most important thing to her then?
Why, Mora, of course.
All Ningguang talked about was the Fatui this and the Fatui that. She said that after Rex Lapis was murdered, the Fatui have constantly been trying to sink their feet.
That is how the Fatui have always been. No matter what they may be planning,
So, is there anything we need to get for the rite of parting, and do you...
Yes, as a matter of fact, there is.
Glaze lilies. But why did we... Oh, right! Paimon remembers that Madame Ping is...
No. Those lilies have all been gardened by people. Dihua Marsh used to be full of glaze lilies. Before the Archon War, Dihua Marsh was all dry land and fertile soil. Of course, there are some kinds of flowers that have been preserved and gardened by people in the city. Wild glaze lilies have the strongest fragrance, but I'll need your assistance in gathering these flowers. That's correct. Your singing will sure...
So how good is your singing? Really? Why doesn't Paimon believe you?
We'll only know once he starts singing.
It's time to sing, whenever you're ready.
Da 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 da.
What happened? These flowers are jumping. They look really angry. Is it because you sang a song for Mondstadt that they don't understand here in Liyue?
Terra Smash! Terra Smash! To dust!
Those weren't glaze lilies. Glaze lilies wouldn't hit people.
This little monster is known as a whopper flower. The glaze lilies used as a disguise were buried with the whopper flower for too long.
Well, that's nice and all, but will those petals be useful for the rite of part?
Unfortunately,
That's so lame.
Excuse me.
Are you searching for glaze lilies?
Oh, hey! It's... What's-her-face?
Yongu? Who's that? You've completely forgotten my name, haven't you? Ah, that reminds me. How was your visit to the Jade Chamber?
Well, it sure would have been better if you told us how to get up there.
Didn't I tell you the way? Surely I did.
Nope, we found the way on our own.
Oh, I see. Uh-oh. I guess I really did forget to tell them.
Huh. Something seems a little off about Ganyu. She's acting different from the first time we met. Where's her serious attitude now?
Ah, well, I met you at that time as an emissary of the Tianquan. But now, I am simply out on a stroll to see the flowers.
You came all the way out here to see the flowers? Why not just enjoy the gardens of the city?
Yujing Terrace is where Rex Lapis parted from this world. If I strolled through those whenever my duties take me near Yujing Terrace these days.
Oh, sorry. We shouldn't have brought it up.
No, it's quite all right. I just haven't processed my emotions yet. When the Archon War came to its end 2,000 years ago, the first iteration of the Seven would gather in Liyue and drink with Rex Lapis. But 5 of those original 7 had already passed before Rex Lapis. Yes. Now that the spirit of Rex Lapis has returned to the heavens, the other 5, including Inazuma's Raiden Shogun, are no longer the same friends from 2,000 years ago. Of the current 7 Archons, the youngest is Sumeru's god of Dendro. She is merely 500 years old, whereas Rex Lapis was more than 6,000 years old at the time of his passing. This means that Liyue had been under Rex Lapis's rule from the moment it was first founded 3,700 years ago. The city...
So what do you think of this farewell?
Huh? This is a little sudden. As a mortal, I've never dared to imagine a Liyue without Rex Lapis. But as an Adeptus, I think...
Huh? Did you just say, as an Adeptus?
Yes, I am a mix of human and Chili. After the war ended, I signed a contract with Rex Lapis and took the position as secretary for the Qixing. Well, let's save that conversation for another day. You say that you are here looking for glaze lilies? I also know where wild glaze lilies can be found.
We dare not refuse it.
Oh, so did you sing a song before you picked the lily?
Indeed, I did. I know this tradition well. In fact, I sang...
Wow, so you really know your stuff, too.
No, it is you who I should be thanking. If not for this chance meeting, I never thought that... If you would excuse me, I should return to my work now.
And that just about does it. Given the ease of picking glaze lilies, I think this was...
Yeah, Paimon can already imagine him starting a business in Liyue.
I've had enough ventures in my life already. Beginning a new undertaking is always difficult at first, so you must be careful to take the time.
Wow. See, Zhongli sounds like he's already seen it all. All right, I think it's about time we head back to
Ah, you're the consultant. The Millilith are watching our every move now.
These are desperate times.
Desperate times?
The Adepti of Joyun Karst are finally on the...
Do they intend to exercise force?
Most likely. I've heard that some members of the Qixing have already gone to meet them. Well, I say meet. However, both sides were quite obstinate.
It seems inevitable, given the...
The Adepti do not acknowledge the Qixing. They only acknowledge the contracts of the Geo Archon.
Surely the Liyue Qixing are not the sort to give in so
Their boneheadedness is known...
And what now? How is it that the Fatui have come under...
That's all. She proclaimed that in these tumultuous times, the Millilith must Only now do they want to start keeping tabs on us? Anyway, Mr. Zhongli, you're one of Child's close associates.
It looks like things are about to boil over in Liyue Harbor.
Do you intend to use your neutral identity as an intermediary? Neither path is an easy one.
Oh, by the way, Mr. Zhongli, we've heard that the Wangsheng funeral parlor has also been caught up in all of this.
Things are taking a turn for the worse. I'm afraid I must leave now to handle things back at Wangsheng. Consider your next course of action carefully, traveler.
Whew. Having connections with... So what does Zhongli mean by looking for the fuse? Oh, Paimon gets it. If there's anyone that wants to see he must be waiting for the moment when no... But where could we find him now? Where would he go at a time like this?
Terra Smash!
The Golden House? It looked impressive enough from the outside, but who would have guessed that it was even fancier on the inside? This is where all of Tevat's Mora is minted, right? In that case... Oh, so it's a trap! Tricky, tricky. Good thing Paimon's got you here. But even if we can't take any, we can still have a closer look, right? Or better yet, take a nap on top of a mountain of Mora. It's like, oh, right, back to business. It's quiet. too quiet. Surely someone's gotta be guarding something as important as the Huh? Look! What happened here? Uh-oh. Paimon smells trouble. Quick! We have to go make sure that the Exuvia is all right.
You've already fulfilled your task as guides, so why do you still linger here? Haven't you already seen enough trouble for today?
Huh? Who's there?
If you were Fatui, I imagine that you would be entitled to a generous reward from the Tsaritsa herself. But now, you're nothing but dross, and you're in my way. Although I'm deeply grateful to you that I was able to effortlessly find this secret location, don't you think that trying to stop me now would just be wasted effort? Stopping the more immense, hiding away the Exuvia. The Chising are really pulling out all the stops this time.
So you've been planning to take the Gnosis from inside the Exuvia all along?
As one of the 11 Fatui Harbingers, it's my duty to see the will of the Tsaritsa fulfilled. She will get that which she desires. I'm not asking for your blessing, and there's nothing you can do to stop me anyway. The time for discussion and diplomacy has already passed. I mean, if it were up to me, I would have skipped either way. We now come to my favorite part, a simple pleasure, and one that I am oh so delighted to be sharing with you, the battle.
Battle? So you're the type that goes looking for trouble, huh?
You could say that. When Signora offended the deities outside the cathedral in Mondstadt, instead of confronting you directly, she chose to rely on the snow and ice to make her escape. She wouldn't want the knights to come running towards the sound of battle now, would she? When she faces a worthy opponent, she will prioritize her mission, weigh the outcomes, and consider the consequences of her actions. But as for me, the greatest pleasure of being a Harbinger lies in crossing blades with strong opponents.
We won't let what happened in
Oh, so you intend to fight me? Good. I won't kill you, Traveler. I'll just play along, to feel the thrill of battle. Besides, you could never defeat me, not even in your wildest dreams. Fighting talk, I love it! This chance is hard to come by, so show me all you've got. So very few ever get the chance to square off with a Fatui Harbinger. So come now, amuse me, and don't you dare disappoint. Not bad, not bad, not bad. You've got a trigger. Haha, good. No wonder Signora was so wary of you. Well, that just means I can go all out. Brace yourself. This is about to get tough. Now, show me what you can do against the might of a Harbinger. Not bad. Your swordsmanship is quite impressive. But that's about as far as you'll get. Didn't think you had that card hidden up your sleeve.
You were just playing us to get close to the Exuvia!
Oh, quiet down. Stop acting like some wide-eyed recruit. You've seen this world. You of all people should know. This should have been expected! Well then, I'll be taking Morax's Gnosis now! Huh? I see. Well, this is most unexpected. You beat me to it, didn't you?
Not bad. But this is going to cost you! Yeah! You got to the Gnosis ahead of me, didn't you? Did you simply move faster? Or did you leak the information regarding the Golden House to me on purpose? No matter. Hand the Gnosis over, now! Don't make me take it from you!
We didn't take it!
Some you win, and some you lose.
Look! Child's back to normal again!
Well then, time to cool off. It seems the burden of the foul legacy transformation was too great for my body. I lacked the opportunity to think this through, and now that I consider the matter more carefully, you never had any chance of beating me to the Gnosis. You had no connection to the Gnosis, no matter where it had been taken.
That's what we've been trying to tell you!
Your show of ability today far surpasses that of Signora's initial assessment of you in Mondstadt. Tell me, how could that be? You already know the answer, don't you? I can see it in your eyes, but if that is a secret you wish to keep, I guess I'll just have to curb my curiosity. This battle has already left me satisfied. Anyone who strives as I do to grow stronger shall be called a friend.
Pretty sure that's not the normal way to make friends.
Unfortunately, I must bring this amiable conversation to an end. Given that the Gnosis wasn't taken by anyone, then we must look once again to the beginning. In fact, it might be that the Exuvia was just a diversion of sorts.
What? So you mean that...
Yes, it appears so. Interesting to say the least. It seems that the guardian deity of the capital of commerce is also well versed in little maneuvers beyond the boundaries of contract. As such, we must now look to our backup plan.
Backup plan?
I had hoped it would never come to this, for the truth is, the world belongs to those who pursue strength. Unfortunately, we cannot be picky about our methods as Fatui Harbingers.
So what are you planning to do?
I will awaken the god that lies dormant beneath Guyon's stone fort.
A god?
Osial, overlord of the Vortex. If such an ancient god were to be unleashed upon Liyue Harbor, do you think the cunning Rex Lapis would just stand aloof and watch the ensuing destruction?
But the Archon War ended 2,000 years ago.
Simple. I've already prepared the means to awaken it.
Hey, those are sigils of permission! Oh, Paimon remembers now. The Fatui have been researching them.
Indeed. The one that was given to you was just a byproduct of our research. With the power of so many sigils of permission concentrated in one place, using the powers of ancient gods in such a situation fails to interest me, and is largely against my principles. But knowing that such an action will not only force the Geo-Archon to show its hand, Let's see. Will the nation that has lost its deity be swallowed up by an ancient malice once more? If you wish to drown together with the people of Liyue, you're free to stay and enjoy the show.
Huh? He's already gone! That guy is fast! What's going on? Exhausted. If we hadn't happened to see the Jade Chamber flying over just as we came out of the Golden House, did we make it in time?
What are you doing here?
Huh? Hold on. It's the Adepti. What are you...
Faced with a calamity of such magnitude.
Oh, Paimon gets it. So how do you plan to defend Liyue? Just seeing this Overlord of the Vortex guy puts a pit in Paimon's tummy.
It's not just you. We've got new Millelith recruits who can't even stand at attention without shaking, which is why we must stop that monster before it gets any closer to Liyue Harbor.
So the Archon War was fought 2,000 years ago against enemies like that thing? So will the power of the Chising, Millelith, and...
We've already discussed this together, and our conclusion is... not necessarily.
What? Wait, all of you were supposed to be the Guardians?
One certainly could.
Huh?
The Chising did once research the matter of the Guizhong Ballista when it piqued their fancy. And as fate would have it, one who did craft the Guizhong Ballista with one's own hands. For what could you mortals ever learn of Adepti mechanisms?
I suppose this is one... So be it. We shall use the upgraded Guizhong Ballista to fight off that god. We haven't a moment to spare. Our battle begins now.
Yep.
The three Adepti are manning the Guizhong Ballista. Do not let the Fatui disturb their work!
All able Millelith, with me!
Let's go help too!
We Adepti have not faced the god in several millennia. Let one see what you're made of then. What strength remains within you, one wishes to witness.
Let's move! Terra Smash! Yeah! Yeah!
Use this first. The loneliness of death.
What is that?
That is Osial's divine power. I am very familiar with it. Be careful not to get hit.
The Fatui! Their attacks are unrelenting!
How daring. Snezhnai's diplomats will answer for this afterward. Every last one.
My work finished.
The ancient gods attacking again! There are so many Fatui too! We can't help!
Were you about to say we can't hold them, children?
Huh?
Don't lose heart. Here, take this.
This is adeptal energy! That light from your body, it's like the time in Julian Karst! Wow, it's Madame Ping's shockwave! This granny's really strong!
Looks like I went too far. Let's move. I guess this is it.
Terra Smash!
This isn't good.
With the blood of the Chilean, I guard you against evil! Cast your fear of injury by the wayside, and fight with all your might! I too did this during the Archon War!
So this is what Ganyu's like in a fight!
My name means swiftness. Take my power and run as I do.
We're going too fast!
Child, you are strong in body and spirit. Perhaps you can withstand 3 forms of adeptal energy at once.
This will hurt a little. Please bear with us.
Once you've adapted, try to use them in battle.
Assistance. Shine.
This should be fun. My duty.
Exercise caution! I fear that the god's power has reached its peak!
In other words, if we hold here, there's nothing worse to come, right?
To dust!
Let me amuse myself.
I guess this is it. This isn't good.
Terra Smash!
Used for slacking. Disgusting. My work finished.
Have a load of this.
Let me amuse myself. Assistance.
comrades! Once we finish this lot off, the Adepti will be able to deal with the god in peace!
The interlopers are no more. Now we may commit ourselves fully.
It's working! We just need to keep this up!
Be careful now.
The Guizhong Ballista is destroyed. Without its covering fire, retaliation shall be difficult.
But the Jade Chamber is our last line of defense. We can't give another inch, no matter what.
I have another idea.
What do you mean, Lady Ningguang?
I'll sacrifice the Jade Chamber.
What is the meaning of this?
I understand.
Traveler, lend me a hand. Farewell, old friend. Goodbye for now. Let us meet again in the future.
Is it?
The ominous aura of that monster has indeed begun to fade. The effects of the Sigil of Permission last but a short time. It will be some time before the Overlord of the
We are indebted to you for your assistance. If the Adepti hadn't happened to be here, the future of Liyue Harbor would surely have been in great jeopardy.
Save your flattery. We didn't just happen to be here.
Come now. There's no need for such harsh words, Cloud Retainer. I've heard that when Ningguang began learning to do business, she had already started setting aside part of her then limited income in preparation for building the Jade Chamber. At first, it was only the size of a small room, but with continued expansion, it has become the palace that lies before you now. It is a testament to Ningguang's entire life, both as a businesswoman and as the backbone of the Liyue Qixing. Seeing the Jade Chamber destroyed in the defense of Liyue means much to her. To me, such cooperation...
Well, I was really hoping you would say that such sacrifice could at least be used as some leverage. Thank you all for hearing me out. We know very well why the Adepti came here today. But please forgive us. We cannot yield to your wishes.
Oh?
3,700 years. According to our records, the Adepti signed a contract with Rex Lapis to protect Liyue 3,700 years. Even to this very day, Liyue and its lands have stood the test of time. But that does not mean that the Liyue of today is the same city as it was all those years ago. Do not merely cast your protective gaze upon the land. Instead, focus your sights on our—
Are you questioning our means of protecting Liyue?
I mean no offense. I simply hope that our Adepti forebears would see Liyue in a new light.
Forebears, you say? One doubts you would be fit to be part of such a lineage.
This morning, Rex
What?
In the dream, I yearned to tell him that we Qixing, though mortal, are equally bound to the contract. I also thought to tell him how the past generations of Qixing had strove under his rule to survive in our mortal world. But I dared not speak.
Oh, Ningguang.
Yet another perspective. What are you trying to say, Outlander?
Right! That's something that happened in Mondstadt. It's a story about the Four Winds and the people of the Animal Archon. The Animal Archon sought to quell the strife between the two sides.
Each of the 7 nations has its own scars from the past.
Though your point is the very height of simplicity. As Adepti, we've become a laughingstock, to be chastised thus by an outlander who has lent—
All right, all right. Didn't Ningguang suggest that we should focus on the city and each of its citizens? I know I already have, so why not see for yourselves?
I apologize for appearing in full armor. I am afraid I cannot show the proper courtesies.
And who are you?
I am Feng Yan, a sergeant of the Millilith. I thought this battle would perhaps be my last, although I am a mere mortal soldier.
Huh? Why does everyone—
Weren't you frightened, dear? It was quite the predicament.
I wasn't afraid. All the strong Millilith guards were there, and those powerful heroes with their visions were there. When danger is near, everyone always protects me. Thanks for protecting Liyue Harbor.
Unfortunately, we wouldn't be able to participate.
Huh?
Because we are Adepti.
Oh.
You see, this is what Liyue is like today. The country of contracts is grateful to the Adepti for their protection. But it is no longer necessary for the city to rely on the Adepti's power to solve every little niggling matter. Although their blood is weak, there is still strength to be found in those we call mortals. The time of contracts between gods and Liyue has long since passed.
Seeing the port around us now, it is hard not to feel a bit out of place.
Your line of inquiry is askew. One did not spearhead this expedition to Liyue Harbor.
Seems like the Adepti have had a change of heart.
Let us return now.
Eager to leave, conqueror of demons.
Yes, one understands what the Conqueror of Demons means. One fears that by the time one finally grasps the new contracts of Liyue, you humans would have once again changed the place beyond recognition. Fair enough.
Since we Adepti have consensus, then one shall persist no further. But how will we ensure that the Liyue Qixing will not simply exploit—
All right, Mooncarver, you needn't worry. It seems to me that this right of supervision is best left to the people of Liyue.
Looks like the conflict between humans and Adepti was avoided. Oh, right! It's nice that we've got peace and all, but Child wanted to unleash the god, but we were able to handle the Overlord of the Vortex. Oh, and speaking of that, don't we still need to get to the bottom of that arc? Paimon doesn't get it. But isn't the strongest lead we have the Adeptilus Rite of Parting that we're organizing? No idea where Zhongli's gone. Let's ask for him at Wangshen Funeral Parlor.
Is there anything I can do for you two?
We've come to see Zhongli.
Unfortunately, Zhongli isn't here.
Doesn't the Northland Bank belong? Last time we saw Zhongli was... Do you think he doesn't know about the attack on Liyue? We had better go and make...
You call this cooperation between Harbingers?
Don't take it to heart, child. Besides, aren't you happy that you got to skip the formalities and bring chaos to the land? Oh, it seems that some of your friends have arrived.
Hey, it's Zhongli and Child. And...
It's you two. I believe we've met once before. In the city. Ah, right. I imagine that it must have been rather hard to forget watching helplessly as something...
Well, if it isn't you two. This is our first time seeing each other since Liyue was nearly wiped off the map.
Paimon knew that we should never have trusted a Fatui Harbinger.
Oh, now don't say that. Sure, I may have Besides, I thought we were getting along quite well together, didn't? Nothing personal. We just have different views. The real deceivers here are Senora and Zhongli. Curse them for leading. So actually, I think...
Stop wasting time, child. There'll be plenty of time to chat once I'm through here. You remember the agreement, Morax. Now, if you would be so kind. The Gnosis, please.
What in the world are you talking about?
The contract is fulfilled. That which thou seeketh is now bestowed unto thee.
How sanctimonious.
What? So you're the Lord of Chio? No, wait! That's an exciting twist and all, but...
I do not give it for free. I give it as agreed upon in the contract.
Yeah, you don't think you went a little bit too far with...
Gathering all the forces that had been bubbling behind the scenes, and then stirring them together in a pot that was...
Wait, what?
Perhaps it's best that I explain. As you know, I've dwelt upon even boulders that can withstand whirlpools will erode with the passing of time. Until one drizzly day, as I stood motionless among the
Oh, Zhongli.
But as I began to consider relinquishing my divine role, I soon discovered that many reasons still remained to not hastily depart. Was Liyue the city I had dwelt in for so long? So I feigned my own death, and gathered the cast of Child, the Adepti, and the Liyue Qixing to play their roles together on the stage. That's right. Which is why I continued to safeguard the Gnosis until now.
So you mean that if the chaos ever reached the point of no return, you would simply appear and use your divine powers to bring Liyue back under control?
Of course. And it would have been all too easy for him, too. Just as a child quickly matures after losing their parents. So
In the end, the resolution to all that has transpired was even more satisfactory than I could have hoped for. Take the Adepti, for instance. Owing to their years of seclusion, they were the least informed. Yet when faced with a crisis, credit is also due to Signora. The emissary This meant I could remain as Zhongli, even having the chance to fulfill the age-old traditions of Liyue in this mortal form. All of these things turned out as I had planned. There is only one thing that I had not anticipated, and that was the conduct of the Liyue Qixing. I had expected them to do no more than the Adepti, to come to the defense of Liyue. They seized the opportunity to supplant Liyue as divine protectors, and used the subsequent power vacuum left by...
Huh? That doesn't sound good at all!
On the contrary, I think it is excellent. I had always...
Hey, what about me? Doesn't anyone feel the least bit of remorse for deceiving me?
I think that thanks would be more appropriate. If you hadn't created the pressure of a battle between mortal...
Huh? Just whose side are you on, mocking me like that? Are you itching... Hey, haven't you learned the Liyue saying, don't always call it as you see it?
Well then, with the Gnosis in my possession, I have no...
Fine. I'll meet you there later.
Do as you wish.
Now then, is there anything else you wish to ask me?
Right! As Zhongli always told...
Realistically speaking.
Huh?
However, I am the god of contracts. My agreement with the Cryo-Archon will be the last of my contracts. As for the bargaining chip that the Tsaritsa used to balance the scale, uncover that answer for yourself.
Today's the day of the rite of parting. Although the star of the show is fake, we've spent so much time trying to organize it, it would be a real shame not to go there now.
Well, so Oh, come on. There's only one real
Fatui?
Shh. No.
You know that god from the ocean?
Yes.
Say.
Now that you... I mean it all? Still what?
Ah, forget it. Hear ye all! Though a dragon soars ageless as the mountain, gods and Adepti live glorious lives. Rumors and hearsay abound on the streets that Rex Lapis was murdered, having been thwarted in his trial. Nor are they to believe street-born rumors or indulge in baseless speculation.
Paimon needs a translation? So that's how they're spinning it. Something feels off. Why would they suddenly get... Could the Qixing or... Did Zhongli tell them in secret after his Gnosis changed hand? Exactly, right? Ooh, seems like the rite of parting has been going on for a while now. Look, it's Ningguang and Keqing. Are they saying something? Are there...
As said previously, Rex Lapis's soul returning to the heavens is the end of the contract. And it is also the end of an era.
3,700 years of contracts burnt.
We, the people of Liyue, were indeed prosperous.
The long, unending dream of our Archon walking among us.
Now that we have awoken from our dream, we must learn to say farewell. Will you stand with us as we re-establish our contract?
So concludes the words of Her Eminence the Tianquan. Does Her Eminence the Yuheng have anything to add?
Huh? Is she looking this way?
Traveler.
Yikes! She really is looking our way!
Is that the traveler who they say defeated the ancient god?
So young. The Liyue Qixing always repay their debts. And as you have heard, our eyes see far and our reach is long. Name your price. You deserve that much.
Whoa!
Well, could you help me put up some missing person posters?
And to think I'd put my best perfume on before but it seems as if those perfume... Well, that's fine.
Perhaps mementos for Rex Lapis?
The cleanup of the premises?
Why, you... Were you just trying to look cool earlier, or are you really that selfless? If you were looking for someone, you could have just told me that in private.
Roping you in was possibly the most masterful move we could have made.
Hey, Zhongli! Look at this! Everyone and here you are looking all relaxed!
Why would I not feel more at ease after laying down the burden I have borne for 3,700 years? Right, if the two of you can spare the time.
Ha! That sounds like big...
You're right. I do like the Mora. As the Rex Lapis Morax, I can easily create Mora. But since I have chosen to walk this earth as the mortal, when I was journeying with you, though I still had the Gnosis in hand, I knew that I must soon retire from...
Oh, no wonder! Paimon gets it now. You didn't look at the price tags, but since you weren't used to not being able to just make more Mora as and when you wanted to...
Well, we were only spending Fatui money. You don't have to say it like that. In the City of Commerce, we do not merely exchange money or goods. The Archon Morax could never experience life as the true mortal Zhongli could, no matter how many times he descended to be with his... I will treasure the memories that I made as Zhongli. That is true. But there is no journey that does not end.
Paimon thinks that we should make a move and continue our search for the Seven.
I fear that continuing your journey may be difficult. The Electro-Archon Ball. And just as...
Paimon thinks we've heard that one before.
That is the case. And since Raiden is also the Shogun of Inazuma...
That said, though people at the wharf were saying that the situation in Inazuma is... Zhongli, since you're Rex Lapis, shouldn't you know something about what's happening there?
It's because of visions.
Visions?
When faced with circumstances beyond... But if a person shows true strength of... This is what visions are. Magical foci, bestowed...
Uh-huh. That's how people in Teyvat see it.
But starting from last year, the Raiden Shogun...
Vision Hunt Decree?
Yes. It was an order to seize all visions within Inazuma's borders, and to inlay them upon the hands of the statue of the omnipresent god.
They want to seize visions. But why?
I should think that in the Raiden Shogun's eyes, it is precisely because that...
Whoa, that's hard.
The Anemo Archon is the god of freedom, and the Geo-Archon is the god of contracts. For her part, the Raiden Shogun is the god of eternity. It seems as though the fact that even I, the oldest of the seven, have now passed away, will only strengthen her resolve to pursue eternity. Knowing her, she must have again quoted that adage she is most fond of when proclaiming that decree to her people. 7 ideals for 7 gods. And, all right then. Was there anything else you wish to know? Well then, I suppose you'll have to find a way to get inside this closed nation.